I have a few things I really need to get off my chest before this throbbing in my neck creates any more unnecessary stress. Okay. I have a problem with attracting male friends in my life who okay, I don't really know how to say this. I guess let me say this. When a person expresses to you that they have become distant and kind of standoffish towards you because they know you have feelings for them and they don't have feelings for you, and what they're trying to do is not give you the impression or the idea that there's a chance that something will develop between the two of you. What that doesn't mean is that once somebody expresses that to you and you are grateful that, hey, why didn't you just tell me this before, and they're right, instead of trying to like tiptoe around the situation, it's better just to put it out there. But sometimes it's like walking eggshells. You want to be very cautious because you don't want the person to take the wrong way. You don't want to, it's a very sensitive topic to approach. And the last thing you want to do is get into some sort of emotional argument about it. You just want to be civilized and hope that you can get past it and it'll be accepted and you can go back to being normal friends or whatever that means. But you can feel comfortable, like, sitting next to them on the couch, not being too close. It's just, men tend to really take things and misconstrue them in their head. I am generalizing naturally, of course, but from my experience, they could take the slightest little movement and think that it means something. I think that men tend to overthink things a lot more than women do, but that's just my personal experience and opinion. They just take like the littlest, slightest hints, or they take them like they are hints to something just to feed their ego. I think that men definitely tend to be more prone to feeding their ego a lot more than women do. Women are usually more insecure with their ego. So with that being said, when someone does that and they express it to you, what that doesn't mean is it doesn't open a floodgate for you to start telling them of every awful thing that you've ever thought of them, which is also kind of a contradiction, because I don't know how someone can have so much strong emotions for you and towards you and express them to you constantly to the point where it really makes you feel uncomfortable, because it's not just a compliment, it's like overcompensating for something, or there's ulterior motives embedded in there. And not saying that it's like sexual based or there's some evil plan to get you to love them. I'm just saying that most people, when they compliment somebody or they give somebody a gift, they are doing it for, some sort of reason. It's never selfless, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, because there is selfishness that is good, and then there's selfishness that is destructive. And, for example, I just gave someone a gift, and it made me feel amazing. And there was no reason why this person, in particular, deserved a gift. I don't know, not deserve, but, that's how they looked at it. They're like, well, I don't know why I deserve this. And there's no reason. I mean, sometimes you just want to give someone something and, bring a little bit of joy to the world with hopes that maybe they'll spread the joy onto somebody else. It's like that pay it forward thing. A friend of mine, she would always go to a fast food restaurant, I know that's not good, a drive-through, and pay for the order behind them. And then they had a friend that worked at this fast food joint, and then at the end of the shift, she would tell her, like, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. It went on and on and on for hours. People just kept paying it forward. And that's the only thing that I hope to the outcome of my happiness or my giftness, my giving. That's the only thing I hope the outcome will be, is that people will just naturally want to move it on, to give it on. And I think a lot of people struggle with that because they themselves know or have in the past, or maybe still do, only do nice things because they somehow benefit from it. And like I said before, it's not always a bad benefit, but a lot of times it can be. Like a lot of people can use it in a controlling way. They know that if they buy something for someone, they're going to be more prone to be nice to them. And I don't know, and for some reason in people's minds it means like, oh, if I am using my material wealth to bring someone closer to me or into my life, or there might be a chance that they will fall in love with me, or that they will give me the time of day, or they might romantically want to pursue me, or see that I'm a good person. Ugh. That's just wrong, and it's not okay. And if you're going to do something nice for somebody, you should do it genuinely out of the bottom of your heart. Like, you sincerely want this person to have joy come to their face or to their life. And it's not because you just want them to like you, or what, I don't know. There's so many reasons why people do things like that. But that's not my point of this video. My point of this video is that there is a person who is in my life and who was someone like this, and I would constantly tell them that I don't like it when they're complimenting me on all the time on you know, my appearances, or you know, my physical attributes, or things that are just really surface and superficial. Like if it was compliments related to, well, Sarah, you have such a good heart, or you know, you're progressing in such a healthy way, I don't know, or something that is deep, not superficial and related to what the eye can see. It's more about like what the heart can feel. And I think the reason why it would bother me so much is because I did feel like it was really superficial, and it wasn't from the deep heart. It was almost like they were trying so hard for me to convince me of these things, when I don't need convincing of anything like that, because those types of things are not ideals that I aspire to. I am not my body. I am not my thoughts. You know, I'm so much more, and something so much deeper than that. And if someone is going to constantly be complimenting me, who is a friend, who does have feeling or whatever for me, I would prefer it be something that is meaningful. Because almost always when somebody starts complimenting you in a superficial manner, they will retaliate with the opposite and start telling you about all of your awful qualities. And that to me is very, very, very just destructive. And I don't understand why anybody would spend so much time saying so many nice, amazing things to a person, complimentary, and making them uplift them, or I don't know, even when they're not asking for it. That's the one thing. Like if I was like having a really down day and I'm like, oh, you know, I just need to hang around positive, good people, not people who are going to shower me with compliments, but just like be around like positive energy, then I could see that. But when it's just like out of the blue and for no reason, and I'm just like talking about you know, these letters that I mailed out or something, and it just like goes on this tangent of just overwhelming compliments, it doesn't seem genuine, and it does make me feel uncomfortable. And I almost always know that this is going to have a backlash, and the backlash has occurred. And for some reason I am being like condemned because I expressed to them my feelings of the situation that's going on, of why I haven't been the same happy-go-lucky person around them, because I'm trying not to overstep a boundary that I feel like is a very fine line. And then all of a sudden it has turned into this war of negative comments towards me. And I just really wanted to tell everybody not to do that. If you are really adamant about making someone feel good, do not decide one day to just completely go the opposite direction and make them feel like shit, because, well, that just is an obvious, gosh, kitty, that's just obvious that you have an issue, maybe your own insecurities, which everybody has insecurities, but to put them on somebody else by destroying the character you just built for them is just so unnecessary and really just downright nasty. It is evil and nasty, and it takes a lot of work to say so much awful things like that to someone after you've spent so much time, you know, trying so hard to build them up to this expectation that you have of them and you want them to have of themselves. So, I mean, just some words of advice. Please, just don't even bother with it. And also to the people who are in my situation, just take a step back, turn off your phone, do not read any text messages or emails or Facebook or whatever, however way that they're trying to contact you. Just take some time to yourself and unwind, do something, like drink some hot tea, because it will soothe your body and relax and bring you back to peace of mind. And don't let them tell you who you are, because you know who you are, and I know that everybody is beautiful and they have that deep down, and I know that people who are on either side of the situation maybe aren't intentionally, I mean, no, that's not true. I think that what he's doing is intentional, but I know that you don't need to have your heart hurt like that. So just take yourself out of the situation and do something nice for yourself. I don't know, I think I might have a piece of cake. And I'm probably going to read some philosophy and get lost into that wonderful world of questioning. But really, I just wanted to, anybody who's in that situation, just, you're not alone, first of all, and I don't know, just know that your body knows best. Like, my body lately has been telling, like, I get this crazy strain in my neck whenever I'm around this person or get a text or am like talking about them. And I thought it was like my issue. I thought it was something that, you know, I was allowing to have occurred. But now I see that this is actually my body telling me, like, this person is not good for your life and you need to stay as far away from them as possible. And so I'm going to listen to my body, because my body knows best. It tells me when I'm sick, it tells me when I eat something that has animal byproducts in it, and it tells me when I'm really happy, when I feel good and I'm healthy. So listen to your body. It really knows what it's talking about. Okay? I love you. Mwah. Positive energy.